Hello, welcome to the Mythology Manifest. For today's video, I am going to be talking about a somewhat minor goddess who plays quite a substantial role in many Greek myths. Her mother caused the Trojan War, and this goddess is incredibly interesting and powerful. Her name is Ati. I hope you enjoy it. So, Ati is the Greek word for ruin, folly, or delusion. It is the action committed by a hero or heroine, often because of hubris, which leads to their downfall. It is also the name of the Greek goddess of evil, misfortune, obsession, guilt, infatuation, mischief, and ruin. And Ati was known to lure men into actions that would usually end in their demise. She is the daughter of Eris, who is the goddess of strife and discord, and in some accounts her father is Zeus. This is mentioned in Homer's Iliad, when in Book 19 she is referred to as the eldest daughter of Zeus, with no mother mentioned. But in most writings, such as Hesiod's Theogony, the mother of Ati is Eris, with no father mentioned. So it is really down to which interpretation you wish to go off. I personally like to combine the two, with Eris as her mother and Zeus her father. Ati had many siblings, including Hawcus, Ponos, Algea, the Hismene, the Machae, the Phonoi, the Adroctaceae, the Niciae, the Pseudologoi, the Amphilogae, Dysnomia, Limos, and Lethe. They were all personifications of wrongdoing or negative situations such as pain, fight, murder, lies, and forgetfulness, and they are also incredibly difficult names to say. Now, I have researched Ati in depth during the past couple of days, and I haven't been able to find much information on the goddess, as she's not much written about by the ancients. I believe she was not the kind of goddess that people wanted to gain the attention of back then. I have found some mentions of her in more modern writings, but they are very brief. In the play Julius Caesar, Shakespeare introduces the goddess Ati as an invocation of revenge and menace. Whilst Mark Antony is lamenting Caesar's murder, he envisions and says, "And Caesar's spirit, ringing for revenge, with Ati by his side, come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war." Shakespeare also mentions her in the play Much Ado About Nothing, when Benedick says, referring to Beatrice, "Come, talk not of her, you shall find her in the infernal Ati in a good apparel." In her book, The March of Folly, Barbara Tushman notes that the earth has been called the Meadow of Ati, and in Spenser's The Fairy Queen, a fiend from hell disguised as a beautiful woman is called Ati, and this is possibly a parallel to the fallen angels. I also managed to find two Greek myths which have Ati in the centre causing trouble. The first is in Nonnus Dionysia, where Dionysus falls in love with the mortal Ampullus, and Hera is incredibly disapproving. And this isn't much of a surprise, as I don't think Hera actually liked anyone in any myth. So Hera goes to Ati and asks her to use her destructive power to put a stop to Dionysus and Ampullus's blooming relationship. Ati agrees and persuades Ampullus to try and impress Dionysus by riding on a bull. Ampullus thinks this is a great idea and gets on the bull, but because it was Ati that orchestrated this, of course things would go wrong, and they do. The bull starts off too quickly and Ampullus falls off, breaks his neck and dies, meaning Dionysus loses his love, Hera can be happy, and Ati is thrilled with her ability to cause trouble. The second myth I found also includes Ati doing the bidding of Hera. On Hera's instigation, she uses her influence over Zeus so that he swore an oath that on that day a mortal descended from him would be born and would become a great ruler. After he swore this, Hera immediately arranged to delay the birth of Heracles and bring forth Eurystheus prematurely. In anger, Zeus threw Ati down to the earth forever, forbidding that she ever return to heaven or Mount Olympus. Ati then wandered about, treading on the heads of men rather than on the earth, wreaking havoc on mortals. Her siblings, the Litae, now follow her around the earth, fixing the messes she makes. Apollodorus claims that when she was thrown down by Zeus, Ati landed on a peak in Phrygia, called by her name. There, Ilus, later following a cow, founded the city of Ilion, or Ilium, and that is Troy. This flourish is chronologically at odds with Homer's dating of Atti's fall, so again it is down to interpretation on how you want to believe when she fell. And that is all we are really told about Atti in the Greek myths. Although she's not an overly well-known or discussed goddess, I think she's incredibly interesting and should be spoken about more often. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like, comment or subscribe. Please let others know about my channel so we can continue keeping classics alive. If you want to, you could also check out my blogs or follow this channel on Twitter, which there is a link to in the description below. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time on the Mythology Manifest.